What you got there, Jim?
The future of comics is here.
Hell yeah.
Creator-owned explosions. Live from Canada via Jack Kirby's space station. Wes Craig and Kyle.
Welcome
It's gonna be a killer show. It's gonna be a killer show tonight.
It's going to be a great show. Welcome to Inkpulp Live. We're very hyped to be having our special guest, Wes Craig, tonight and drawing some Kaya. But first, as usual, who did anybody out there have FOMO, San Diego FOMO? Because I don't miss that show. Although you know what, Jim? This year, San Diego looked like there's a lot of comic book shit going on.
Yeah,
it felt like it was more of a comic book show again from the outside looking in.
I talked to a buddy of mine yesterday on the phone who lives in LA, and he was there. And he was like, he goes every year, and he said it was the usual shit show, but there was a bunch of like cool comic book stuff to check out and signings and exclusives. I mean, San Diego's like, it's the exclusives that people go for. Yeah. So
that's gonna New York's gonna, you're gonna see it this year. You're gonna see some people wanting exclusives this year, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That seems to be the thing.
An exclusive Inkpulp exclusive on the down low. Jazzy Jamie Wood is here with us. Jazzy, thank you for joining us as always. Thank you guys in the chat. What do we do at the beginning? We promote stuff, right?
That's right, Jim. It's the pimp hour. It's the pimp hour. So why don't you get your pimpage? No, go ahead. You get your pimpage on.
Guys, the cover domination continues on shelves today. Why am I doing this voice? On shelves today. At your local comic shop. The legendary magazine Heavy Metal is back. And I got to rock a cover for issue 2 with the Grim fucking Reaper.
Insane cover, that. Insane.
Yeah.
Should I turn this into a print?
Yes. Oh my God. I think you should. What do you guys think? Let us know in the chat.
Okay. Because I'm making that Iron Man cover I did with Spicer. I'm making that.
That's a no-brainer. Dude, your cover game is so good right now. I'm so happy to see you like on so many books. It's really awesome.
Thanks, man. People keep hitting me up, and I'm just like, oh shit, yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that cover.
Yeah, that's awesome. What up, stylish nerd in the house?
And then next week, August 6th. Our boy Jonathan Wayshak, one of the greatest artists in the world.
Yeah, we got to get Wayshak on the show. That's got to be a priority.
We need to get him on the show while Cul-de-sac is coming out, so we can do some promo for him.
How many issues is it?
5.
So
I'm doing covers for all 5 issues. And you guys, if you haven't seen the interiors of this book, like it's insane. It's so damn good. So next week, grab John's cul-de-sac book from Bad Idea. And August 20th is Big Rig issue 2, the Post Malone comic book published by Vault.
That's a dope cover. I mean, that should be a print too. These are all so good.
Let the blood flow.
I love seeing like how like the time you're spending looking at Magnolias kind of creeping in to what you're
doing. Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah. A couple people were commenting on like the Iron Man cover, like it looks like you're looking at Mignola. I'm like, well, yeah. I mean, I always do, but he has crept more into my work this year.
Yeah, so good. So good. That is a beautiful cover. And Mignola's Spicer's colors are so good on you.
Yeah.
I always wondered, like, how would I color Jim? And then I see what Mike does. I'm like, oh, that's how you color Jim.
He's a sweet dude, too. He's like a really...
Yeah, I know. I met him a long time ago when he was trying to break in.
Yeah. And then someone in the chat was asking about Spider-Man prints, the Spider-Verse print. We did... There we go, Eric. I do have my AP copies from Mondo of the full color print they released at San Diego. I don't know when I'm going to release those on my website, but I am going to do signed and remarked editions of those. And then you can still get the black and white version, this version, at any
That's so
time on
dope.
Mondo's website. So they did the color for San Diego. The black and white is available to anybody in the world on the website. So there's the link for that Mondo shop. I don't know what the edition is on this, if it says, but I don't know how many of these they printed. But edition size 115. Is that it? Is that right? 115, I guess.
I don't know.
That's what it says. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a small. I mean, these are really, really small runs that Mondo does.
Yeah, I think Mondo does small runs.
So-
Jim, we're gonna grab lunch with Peter in New York if you can get away from your table.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. Our boy Attack Peter at Attack Peter on Instagram, brilliant artist, is also one of the main art directors at Mondo and is the one who brought Sanford and I together to do this piece. I didn't color this. It's weird. Mondo actually had someone in-house color the piece with Sanford and I approving all of it, but I feel bad. I don't actually know the person's name, but
Is
did a
that a
killer
silk
job.
screen, Jim? Do you know if that's a silk screen?
It's digital. It's
okay.
yeah, because
I didn't know.
it's not like thick enough to be silk
Right,
screen.
right.
Or wait,
Okay.
wait, it says DL screen printing.
Oh, so it is silk screen.
Is
See,
it?
that's why I
Holy
was
shit.
wondering if they had someone color it because they probably had someone who knows the silk screen process.
They did the
thoroughly.
separations.
Yeah.
And then speaking of Spidey stuff, guys, please jump over to Arachnid Enforcers.
Dude, yeah. Let's
Pre-launch page. We're at 427. I want to hit 1,000 by the time we go live on October 1st.
hell yeah.
So
Hell yeah.
this is like my main gig right now, writing and drawing this super fun comic book. It's turning
Dude, this
out
looks so
good.
It's turning out incredible.
I'm having a really good time with it.
It looks gorgeous. Wow.
And these pages, you know, I'm gray toning everything, spot coloring everything with a hint of orange. But I'm going to start releasing more artwork soon. Like now that we're hitting August, I'm really going to start pushing August and September, promoting the book. I'm getting some more fan art in that I forgot to send Jamie, but next Inkpulp Live, we'll do new fan art because like Erwin Papa sent in a piece.
Oh,
And,
dude,
yeah,
I'm really fanboying out on Erwin's work lately. Every post he puts up, I'm like, that's so damn cool.
Super solid artist. Yeah. So that's what I got.
Nice.
Shawn, what do you got?
Nice. I got some shit. Jamie, where are we starting here today? What do we got? Not that's Jim's. Oh, here we go. Hey, so our homie Jason Latour has a Kickstarter pre-launch up for just a collection of short stories he's done. And if Jamie, you scroll down, this is some beautiful work.
It's
Jason's
incredible
doing.
work.
It really is. Like this is like a Dr. Doom like bootleg he did that looks insane.
It's
all the comics work. It's just masterful. This thing with the Sasquatch is such a cool story. He sent that to me last year. This is just masterful comic book making.
Yeah,
and I just
very good.
Jason
he's coloring all this as well. His color
it's all him. He's doing everything.
He's incredible.
Yeah, look at
his
design sense.
Yeah,
I mean everything. Jason, and then there's a collection of drawings in there too. And Jason's work just has so much personality. So let's get everyone to go hit that notify me button on Jason's Kickstarter, and I believe the link is in the description. Jamie, is that where it is?
It's not. I'll put it in the chat after this.
Okay, cool. So yeah, let's show Jay some love because I'm excited to get this book, and he sent me a PDF to look through it. It's gorgeous.
he showed me a lot of this last year at Heroes Con, and it's amazing comics, man. It's really, really
good. It really is. It really is.
Yeah, visionary work. It's
definitely.
When does this launch again? What's the?
I don't know what the launch day is, honestly.
Okay. I'm assuming.
Not sure. Jason hasn't told me, and I don't know. Jason may not know yet, but it's soon. I don't think he's going to keep this up for too long. A month or two, probably. All right. So yeah, go hit that notify me button. And then we got since Wes is on the show tonight, and we like to support all the things over at Lethal as well. This Kickstarter is now live. Thunderhead, the psychedelic superhero book that we've all been waiting for. And I like the drawing a lot in this book. I forget the artist's name, but I really enjoyed the artwork in it quite a bit. Yeah, so this is the guy that takes acid to get his superpowers.
Yeah. Kevin Castanaro, is that?
Yeah, Castanero. Yeah, it's good shit. Yeah. So yeah, let's get the Inkpulp community over there to get yourself some cool psychedelic superhero comics.
Yes.
We're all about the indie stuff, and seeing our friends like going full indie is awesome. Yeah, it's a good looking book. I'm stoked to read this one.
Good shit.
Hell yeah. And then what? Oh, then guys, my late pledges are open. If you saw my recent Instagram post, I have the printer proofs in hand. The shipment is on a boat. It'll be here in September sometime. I will show you guys in a minute. I have the books here. I'm gonna put them on camera. But late pledges are open for probably about 4 more weeks, and then I'm going to shut it all down. So if you haven't got a copy, now's a good time to get one before this is all shut down. And I'll show you guys the books, and I have all of it here, the prints, everything. I'll give you guys a peek on it, but it came out incredible.
Hell yeah.
I'm just letting people know, if you want it, get on the late pledges ASAP and grab a copy. 647 backers is great.
Do it now.
It's a great number to see. Yeah. Do it. And then Jamie, let's show off some other shit too.
Should we move on to the pictures we've got, Shawn?
What's that?
Should we move on to the pictures that you sent me?
Yeah. I'll show the books when I move my camera, which I'll do after this. All right, guys, my tattoo books are officially open. I'm taking clients now, and I've been fucking kicking ass at it. So this is a wolf I did last week on Cecilia. Shout out to Cecilia for taking the dive in this. I was really happy when I designed this one. I knew it'd make a good tattoo, and this was us right after we finished it. She sat like a champ, and it was a lot of fun to do. But I've been working in this heavy black line. They call it pepper shading or stippling or whatever you want to call it. That's what I've been working in. I like this way of working. Speaks to me. And here's a skull I did on veteran tattooer Izzy from Ink and Dagger. Again, you can see the bold line work and all the pepper shading going on. I love working this way. And then next one, Jamie. Another skull on veteran tattooer Chris Phipps. He's actually joining our shop in a couple weeks. So we're excited to have Chris come on board to the black marker. But it's pretty cool that these veteran tattooers are trusting me to put ink in their skin. So this was another fun one to do. I'm really enjoying this whole process. And then I got more. This is a Jim Mahfood special I did on my daughter's forearm. This was cool because it's all just big, bold, like old school tattoo line work. I pulled out a big fat needle and ran that speed high, and my daughter was not enjoying it, but she powered through, and now she's got this badass dagger on her arm.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was cool. It's
amazing.
And then I think I have one more, Jamie. Yeah, this one I just did yesterday. This is now that my books are open, I want to show the world like what I can do with superheroes. There is only one artist in the world who can say I drew Batman for DC and I can tattoo Batman in your skin. So I'm excited to like let the world know. I think I'm the only one who's done Marvel and DC work that's tattooing. There's a few comic book artists like
Yeah.
Eric, but Eric did Turtles. He didn't do Marvel DC stuff.
Right.
So I think I got that. I think I
Fucking
got that
great.
unlocked. So I'm stoked to do some cool. And this is the start of a lower arm sleeve. We're gonna add the Joker next, and maybe some Gotham shit. And we're gonna have
That's
some fun with it.
Heck, man.
Thank you. Thank you lots. So guys, if you want to get a tattoo, my books are open. I'm currently being added to the site, but if you want to get an appointment locked in, email me inkpulp@gmail, and let's do this. My opening rate is very affordable. It won't by the end of the year it's going to double. So now's a good time to get in it, and get you guys tattooing. I'm stoked to be doing this. And I think that's everything I gave you, right, Jamie?
That's everything.
Okay, so I'm going to move my camera to show you guys some other stuff I've been wanting to show off. Just give me a second to move my shit. I'm getting a whole new setup going probably in the next month, so this won't be a problem anymore. Okay, so first up, I want to show off. You're gonna like these, Jim. My daughter Zoe is going to be doing Boston Fan Expo with me, and she made these stoner Fraggle stickers. So it's every
Nice.
Fraggle. So you
Nice.
got Moki smoking a bowl. You got Red smoking a blunt.
Wow. Yeah.
You got Gobo smoking a bong. And you got Boober smoking an old school pipe. And then
Classy.
there's Wimbley.
I like that.
I think Wimbley's behind me somewhere. Wimbley's just laying down with the munchies smoking. I think a joint as well. So that's cool. Also, I want to show you guys what's come in. The Hip Hop Heroes stickers, which are free for anyone who gets a book in my Kickstarter. We got the Mad Villain stickers. We got the Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider Method Man stickers. We got the Pretty Tony Ghostface Killer stickers. So those are going to be shipping out with everyone who got in on my Kickstarter. And still, if you get in on it now, you're still going to get it. But let me show you guys the goods. Bada bing. The book is here. Look at that. Yeah, here we go. You see
Beautiful.
that cool
Beautiful
spot
looking
gloss.
book.
Look at that. Yeah, look at the fucking spine. Inkpulp press, baby. This is a nice hardcover. Look at this. The interiors here. Let me get my mic out of the way a little bit. I'll show you guys a few things. This is cool. Just the blue cap on the spray cans.
Damn, nice.
So
nice.
yeah, it just starts off with a look at my like philosophies, my studio, pictures of everything. There's my table where I'm sitting at right now. You can see the tools of my trade, all that good stuff. And then it gets into the process of the artwork. So there's a Jean Grey piece, and on the other page, you can see all the stages and the write-ups. So if you haven't got this book, I'm so blown away by how good it came out. Here's some
it looks incredible.
pages. Thanks, Jim. Here's some
so good,
thumbnails. More paintings and process stuff all over the place. So there's the little initial thumbnail versus the final. All the stages.
Yeah.
There's the blue line.
Colors look great. I own that original.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
It's hanging in my studio.
I think I even said that in my description. There's a Juggernaut piece. You can see that little thumbnail blown up big. Yeah, this book, I'm really proud of it. This is a beautiful package, a real piece of art. Look at the cool ass back cover. Got this psychedelic skull smoking a joint.
Nice.
And then everyone who gets the hardcover and the print set will also get a free magenta. This is my sketchbook. So this is a soft cover one. But you can see Inkpulp, boom, 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 Inkpulp press. But this is just look at a nice French flap on this baby.
Oh yeah, dope.
And then in the back, look
Quality.
at this. This one gets me going. The nice French flap in the back with the Keep Craft Alive. But yeah, this is just a collection of sketches like thumbnails and studies and hot chicks and superheroes and hot chicks on skulls. Lots of fun stuff in here.
Badass,
So this is
man.
totally free if you get my art book that comes with. Let me reveal now. Look at this. Actually, I gotta, let me move my camera. Give me 1 second here. I just want to get up higher so we can see this better. Booyah. So what we've got here is, imagine this is a vinyl record, Jim. You've got your record sleeve, and inside the record sleeve is the record.
Silky.
So, yeah, you've got the
Sexy.
Mad Villain print. You've got
12 by 12
these
inch.
prints are like they're on cardstock. Their print quality is crazy. They're 10 by 10.
10 by 10. Okay.
Yeah, because the book was 10 by 10. That's the only reason.
Yes. You want it all to match.
There's Johnny Blaze, Pretty Tony. So if you get my art book with this print set, it comes in the nice record sleeve. Then you'll get the sketchbook Cyan for free. And also, everyone who gets any of the printed stuff, you're going to get this for free. This is issue 0 of Matteo Scalera's new creator-owned book. And I'm telling you, this thing's a beauty.
We love
This
it.
thing's a beauty. Dude.
This is a lot of
Yeah.
magic happening here, man.
Dude, look at this.
Yeah, this is
So late pledges are open. If you don't have this, or if you just have the book, upgrade to the print set. But even if you just get the book, you're getting Fourth Father free. So you can see Inkpulp Press is not messing around this year.
dude, so much bang for the buck. So much.
Now I got some fan stuff to show, or some community stuff to show you. I got this dope little package here from the Apollo City Comics crew. And this is they're doing a cannabis festival. They're setting up a comics table at this cannabis festival they were telling me about, which sounds so smart.
Nice.
Dude, it's so cool what they're doing. One hitters, all this cool stuff. But let me show you too. They sent me some comics. So I was kind of like, damn, I wouldn't mind doing a cannabis festival, selling some comics to some stoners.
Hey, if they got money,
dude, those are my type of people.
They're into some crazy looking shit. Why not?
Yeah.
Sign me up.
So let's see what we got here. Protection perforated cover. Yeah, they're doing all these like indie anthologies. Jim, these guys are dope. I did their podcast when my Kickstarter was going on. And I did one of their solo shows too before my Kickstarter, but they want to have you and I come and draw with them because they do a live drawing stream too. And these guys they've got the spirit of indie. They're killing it. They're really doing some good stuff.
That's awesome.
Like this stuff looks crazy, man.
Yeah, it looks good.
Some good looking stuff. So they sent me a bunch of their comics they're doing. Teenage Babylon.
Wait, I've seen. They sent me a mini comic of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, look, everything they sent me comes with this like micro perforated cover to protect it. Yeah, it's like perforated along the spine, so you can just take it off and your comic's totally protected. It's interesting.
That's awesome. That looks great.
Yeah. Yeah. Then it says like easily remove. Yeah, here's another one, Apollo City.
I have that one. They did send me that one as well.
Yeah. So lots of cool shit from these guys. And then lots of cool like merch. Like here's a whole bunch of weed stickers. Dude, look at that kind bud.
Nice.
I'm down with all this. Yeah, these guys are doing great. Yeah, I told them if they're at New York to come by and talk to us.
Oh, cool.
They're-
Yeah.
Dude, look at this little mini comic. Is this not cool? One
Yes.
Chokes. Look at this thing. Dude, the printing on this is cool. Like, I don't know if you guys can
Colors
see.
look great.
Yeah, the colors, it's all done with Zipatone dots. This is a dope little. Oh, this folds out. Look at this. Oh, shit.
That's
Dude.
sick.
Nice. Yeah. That's
These
awesome.
guys are doing it, man. Yeah, so that I wanted to show you, but also I want to show you guys. I'm really excited to read this. I know we've shown this on the show, but this is one of the comics that I've seen the community put out that I put on my like favorites list.
Oh, yeah.
But
We
I
just showed
finally
this.
got my copy. Yeah, I finally got my copy. But guys, I want to get all the support behind us we can. This is a beautiful comic, and it's really inspiring for anyone wanting to do indie work because it's just beautiful. It's simple. It's not overly complicated, and it looks like a lot of fun. So that's what I got to show today. That's my gang. And today we're gonna get down. I'm gonna be painting Kaya.
Oh, hell yeah.
Today I'm focused on doing the values on the show and finishing the painting like Friday maybe.
Should we bring our
Yeah, let's
homeboy
get
on?
Wes in. Let's bring him in. Come on in, Wes.
Is Wes
do it.
Craig in the house? Is he in the place? Hell yeah. What up,
Welcome,
brother?
What up, Wes?
Hey. Okay. I'm gonna just angle this thing for a second, just so I can actually say a proper hello.
There you are. There you are.
Hey, hello, everybody.
What's up? What's up, buddy? Thank you
What's
for
up,
joining
Wes?
us, man.
Yes. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Second time. I'm very honored. I'm honored to be on this on your show again. Yeah, it's great. It's awesome.
Oh, dude, we're
Oh,
excited to
yeah,
hang
Wes,
out.
you're a
Did you-
homie.
Did you just crank all that out in like the last half an hour?
No.
Okay.
I got a page that this is the funny thing. It's like I'm so up against it deadline wise that I'm like, okay, so I gave, like I was saying, I come on just to talk to you guys for 2 seconds before we go live, and I was like, I feel a little anxiety with like not having it figured out before I come in with the proper pencils and inks and stuff. So I just mapped something out here while I was waiting. But this is a page from earlier today where I was like, if I finish my sketch, because we're on here for a while, so it's like if I finish the Kaya drawing, then I'm like, maybe I'll just slip into this page that I have to get done by.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude, you should totally work if you can work on your work. Like, I think it's cool when people come on the show and they work on something that people see published.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
eventually.
exactly. It depends on. It seems we'll see how long it takes me to do this Kaya drawing. But I was watching for a little. While I was doing this stuff, I was listening to you guys talking. It's like, man, a lot of cool shit. That's crazy
So much
stuff that you have in your Kickstarter.
Oh,
Shawn.
thanks, man. Yeah. I mean,
Sketchbook and the colors, the way the hot pink works off the blue, and like Mateo's book on top of it. It's like crazy. Man.
yeah.
Very
Thanks,
cool.
man. Yeah, we're I mean, we have like what Jim and me and Mateo have been working towards is just building a way to do our own indie work and sustain it. And with Mateo being in Italy, he needed like someone that could handle the US side of things. So I was able to form Inkpulp Press and get that stuff going for him. And then his Kickstarter will be next year, and we'll just keep it rolling.
Oh, it's going to be
Rocking
next year.
stuff.
Is it going to be
Yeah.
single? I guess, whatever. That's for him to reveal when the time is right, I guess. Unless he's already said it. But is it going to be like single issues when he comes out, or is it going to be like a full book? Or
He's figuring everything out right now. It was intended as 5 issues, and he's done through issue 4, but he's probably going to release it as a single edition, like with, and all the 5 issues will just be like chapter breaks.
yeah.
But he's figuring all that out now.
This dude's a workhorse, man. He's crazy.
I know. Well, both of you guys, the two of you, keeping your
Yeah,
monthly remember books going.
I work quite I'm a workhorse too, but I think just his level of like just the workhorse plus level of craft for him is
Yeah,
way.
it's a bit annoying
Yeah, no, I hate
how good he is.
the worst. I'm like, this guy pumps out like all these commissions, and I'm like, can you show me one commission that you've done? At, like whenever every year we go to New York, and I see at least like a few of his commissions per convention, and I'm like, can this guy just mess up one of them just for us? Like, you know, or
Oh,
like
I
right,
know.
right.
I know.
one commission where I can look at it and go, I really phoned that one in, you know, but no, never.
Yeah,
Just always bangers and, you know, yeah.
yeah.
But it's
He's
super cool. It's great that it's like such a, it's, how can you say no to that Kickstarter? It's the extra stuff on the sketchbook. Like you were just showing like I love stuff like that. The vinyl idea, like the,
oh, thanks.
you were saying is 10 by 10. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So the
Uh,
book is 10 by 10. So everything is 10 by 10. You know, it helps with keeping everything the same size for shipping, but also has a nice little design element to it. But I got to give props. The whole vinyl idea. I was going to do those prints, like the Marvel hip hop mashup prints, regardless.
yeah.
But the idea of putting them together in a record sleeve came from Ramon.
Oh, really?
Ah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
was talking to him early on and showing, like, getting feedback on how to do the Kickstarter and just hear his thoughts and everything. He saw, he's like, dude, you should put that together in like a record sleeve. I was like, oh shit, there's no way I can do that. And the printer was like, oh yeah, we can do that. That's not a problem at all.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's
Well,
great.
it also, I guess, it leaves you if you do a lot of work that's 11 by 17. I was looking at it too. It's like, and now it gives you that little side space on the side to kind of do a little bit of text stuff on like talk about the pieces, I guess, right?
Yeah, totally.
'Cause
Totally.
that's for me. It's like formatting stuff. It's like such a, you know, you're trying to take into consideration all these different formats you'd like to put them in. And I did like this thing Black Hand Comics when I just before I did Deadly Class, and it was all for the internet, so it was all like letterbox format, and then putting it out as an actual physical comic was like a bit of a pain because it was a weird shape.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
Right.
hard to shelve that in comic shops. So it's all these things, you know. But I mean, yeah. Anyway, looks very cool.
Wes,
Thank you. I appreciate
what are you currently working on? Is Kaya still Kaya has what, like 3 trades at this point? Or is that
Four.
Number 5 is going to come out in like 2 or 3 months.
oh shit. Okay.
Like
Damn.
I'm finishing the 5th story arc right now. I'm working on Kaya number 30. That's the end of the 5th story arc. Sorry. Yeah, 5th story arc. And it's going to be, you know, 8 total. Yeah, it's a little crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not common these days. Like I was like talking to, you know, Eric Stevenson at Image, and it's like just trying to see what trying to get a little shine, trying to work some kind of angles and stuff like. And I was like, there's really not many comics like this right now. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but it is what it is. If I was smarter, I would have done a limited series or a mini series or whatever. But when I pictured it long ago when I was working on Deadly Class, I was like, I just picture it as this long epic, like Lone Wolf and Cub or something like that. So I was like,
sure.
I wanted it to be like a big long series, but it's not very common right now unless you're a super successful, you know, Walking Dead saga, et cetera, like certain.
Right.
So yeah, I got to be a little bit mercenary in terms of like how I spend my money and stuff like that, because you know the numbers of the series do go down over the course of the project, and I have to make it to like 8 books is the end of the series. So by hook or by crook, I'm gonna get there, but I gotta be
Right.
smart about it and make sure
Yeah, I mean, it's like, dude, for people that don't know, that's just such an intense like labor of love because you write, draw, design the book. You have a colorist working with you, right?
Yeah, Jason, colorist. I color like most of the covers, but yeah, even that it's like a little control freak. I mean, but no, yeah, Jason's an amazing colorist. He does the interiors and some of the covers, and Tom Napolitano does the does the lettering. But again, it's like, yeah, each piece, it's like when I first started working with Tom, I gave him some examples of stuff that I like the way that they do lettering in Hellboy, old Alex Toth lettering and John
Oh yeah.
Workman
Yeah, I noticed that.
stuff. So I had ideas for that, and Erica Schnatz, who works at Image, is the designer. But I had, I made the logo, and I had, So it's like I to make a monthly comic, it's almost impossible to do everything by yourself. But I've got these amazing 3 people with me that help me kind of bring the ideas to life. The ones that I can't.
That's awesome.
I can't do to completion. I need help. Like on some of these things.
Oh yeah.
Of course. Wes, I wanted to ask you, was it your idea to have the comic have this kind of like no panel borders, but the color is kind of the panel border look to it?
Yeah, I did that on Deadly Class too, but yeah, I think if I had really, I guess I was asked about this. I did another I did an interview like earlier this week, and I was asked about that, and I was like, I think that one wasn't necessarily a choice of some things I go with because I wanted to have that real fantasy adventure feel, and then the thing like the panel border thing, I just think it just looks nice, just looks real clean,
I like
and
it.
yeah, and it also I'm trying to make it as accessible as I can for young readers, and I find say per page there'll be an important panel, and I'll drop the background out of that one so it's just white, and I find it's like the opposite of what I did with Deadly Class, where I would do 100 panels and on a page just going a little bit too crazy. I think a little bit easier on the eye if you're a new reader, if you haven't picked up comic before. I don't think it's like it's not daunting when you look at that. It looks like an easy read, Whereas if you Deadly Class, it's like I was trying to do some Chris Ware shit where it's just too just too many panels per page,
I love the aesthetic though of Deadly Clash, just because it has.
Yeah.
To me, I interpreted that as it's a book that takes place in the 80s. So to me, it was almost like you're referencing 80s comics like American Flag and Dark Knight Returns, where they had 16 panel pages. You know what I mean?
100%.
I don't know if I'm reading into that, but when I got my hands on Deadly Class, dude, I was so blown away by that book and what you guys did with it. And but it also seemed like there was a lot of comic book language and homaging going on, not just to obviously
totally
80s culture, music, skateboarding, but also because there's characters that are in their room and you see American Flag comics laying on their floor, right? Or
totally.
Electra Assassin or whatever the references were, but it was very geared toward that era, and it shows in the work. It's
yeah,
really
for
great.
sure. For sure. It was punk rock. It's this, again, this is fantasy. So it's a lot of, I'm thinking of, Mobius and Frank Frazetta and stuff like that. The old Lord of the Rings cartoon, stuff like that kind of stuff, Ralph Bakshi and everything. So it's the watercolor suits it. But for Deadly Class, for sure, it was punk rock posters of the era are all, they're bad photocopies, all just black and white with one garish or vibrant color on there sometimes. And yeah, no, for sure. American Flag design wise is a huge, I haven't read that many American Flags, but I've gone through a lot of them, and the design of it is some of the best stuff in comics.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Love and Rockets and David Mazzucchelli and all this 1980s kind of stuff was an influence for sure.
Okay. It shows. It's how Chaykin doesn't get enough credit for the stuff that he did.
Agreed.
Sure, man.
But that's comic history. But that's more of a deep cut. But he did a lot. There's a lot going on in that work of his.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things. Is just that the idea that him and Frank Miller and Walter Simonson, as far as I know, were in the same studio. And man, they were working off of each other for sure, because some of the visual language of Dark Knight Returns and a lot of it really, when you think of like American Flag came before that stuff, like all the TV stuff and the kind of
Oh yes, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
effects and everything, man. Like it's a big influence on Dark Knight Returns, and I think like same thing, like Walter Simonson, like just the design of those 3 books, like the Walter Simonson Thor and all the stuff that he did with with Workman and with sound effects and everything. It's like some of the best stuff of that era, and it's just crazy to think that they were all like working side by side and kind of influencing each other at that time.
So amazing.
Yeah, I love that.
So did you make? I mean, obviously, Deadly Class was this really big piece of work. Did you know that your next project was going to be this more fantasy based thing? I mean, did you have a vision for Kaya? Did you already know what you were going to do?
Yeah, it was like I had a few different things that I wanted to do, but Kaya was the one that I was like, this is the one that I have to write, and this is the one that I have to draw. Like there's a few ideas that I've had that I like Thunderhead, like where it's like this is a fun idea and I'm having a blast, but it's like there's like different levels of how not personal necessarily, but just how attached you are to the story in a certain way. And
Yeah, I get that.
and with Kaya, it's like I can't explain this to somebody else in a way. It's like it has to, there's a few there's like 2 or 3 other series where I'm like, I can't really pitch that to another artist because I see it too clearly, and it's not that I would do a better job or this or that, but it's like it needs to be a certain way, and it's almost it's just like to say only I can do it sounds super egotistical, and I don't mean only I can do it. Somebody else could do it in a much better way or a different way or whatever, but the way that I see it is very specific. So it's like it has to be me.
Yeah, I get that. You have
yeah.
a vision.
Yeah,
It's your
for certain
vision. I get
things I'm like, this seems like a fun thing, and it's kind of like I think it would be cool to see somebody else's interpretation of this idea, and those are the ideas that I file in the kind of pitch to other artists one day kind of file, and then there's 2 or 3 things where I'm like, this is just for me, and this is the next thing I would do after Kaya. But yeah, when I was working on Deadly Class, that was a nice kind of luxury, is that I was working on Deadly Class. Deadly Class is successful, so I didn't have to worry about lining up a lot of other jobs. I was just able to kind of chip away at the world of Kaya while I was drawing Deadly Class. I was like doing like character designs and all that kind of stuff for Kaya, and
nice.
figuring out the whole world, so that when it was time to go, like when it was time to actually produce it, it's like I had it pretty well figured out,
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's
That's
awesome.
great.
Yeah.
Was it weird to wrap up Deadly Class? Did you guys have did you and Rick have a moment? Shed a tear or listen to some Dead Kennedys records together or like how do you because that how many years did Deadly Class run?
It was like 9 years.
It's amazing, dude. Like that's
amazing.
it's incredible.
With some like pandemic stuff thrown in the middle of it, at the tail end of it, I guess. So maybe I'm not sure if we had just gone straight the whole way through. I'm not sure exactly how long it would have taken us, because like Kaya is going to be like a similar amount of issues at the end of the day, and it's taken me it'll take me about 5 years total to do Kaya. So I guess we slacked off a lot more than I thought we did in terms of the deadline.
Okay,
But,
yeah.
Well, you also had a TV show to deal with. Like, you
Yeah,
had a lot of stuff going on.
that slowed things down creatively for sure. And there was a few things, of course. Yeah, global pandemic didn't help, but yeah, whatever. Like at the end of the day, it was 9 years of work, pretty crazy. We never had me and Rick never really had a proper send off, which feels a little bit sad, but it's just, I don't know. It's always like, I've talked to him about it, and it's always like, it's on to the next thing. And also, like I think he's mentioned this to me, and I'm like, I feel the same way, where it's like in the moment, I don't appreciate things in that way in the moment. I appreciate them like afterwards in memories. I don't find things hit me right away. Like it doesn't feel like, holy shit, that's crazy. But then I think about it a few months afterwards, and I'm like, oh my God, that's like big, huge, big chunk of your life. I didn't have kids when I started. I live in a new place. I have 2 kids now. It's like there was a TV show that short-lived but very exciting TV show that came out of it. Like, just
I thought they did a great job with the show, by the way.
yeah, for sure. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
I was
could
surprised
tell.
it
So,
didn't continue.
I mean, Rick was obviously the showrunner on the TV show, right? Because the show feels very Rick-ish to me. It feels
yeah.
His like, I mean, like I mentioned with the comic, on the show, there's scenes of kids in their dorm rooms, and I feel like, okay, Rick picked out the shit that's going on in these kids' rooms. There's like, posters and records and comic books that it feels very Rick's sensibility.
Yeah, that was an interesting thing too, because it's all kids that are like, they're young, and it's like we have to kind of explain to them in a way like what it's like growing up in that, or Rick did it growing up in that that era.
Oh,
it's
sure.
Like, and to them the 80s is a very long time ago, and to us it's like it's like recent history, so
right.
So that was kind of a funny thing. It's like trying to explain to them like punk culture and just this kind of Gen X way of thinking of things that I don't know if it's necessarily as prevalent as it was. Our whole kind of, we had, to say
Right.
Gen X is kind of silly because there's so many different. It's like Debbie Gibson and like New Kids on the Block are also Gen X. Like, it's not just like you say Gen X and you think everything's punk and hardcore, but like, of course, there's a million different parts of that world. But generally, it was a general way of thinking about things that maybe isn't around anymore. So yeah, that was an interesting kind of thing to kind of take the cast and try to take them to. I think Rick took them to a punk show and stuff and try to kind of bring them into that world.
That's awesome. That's great.
Yeah, that was wild. That was a very cool experience, actually. Just even like success or fail, it was just a cool thing to experience. You know what I mean? Like, I will be answering, is there ever going to be another Deadly Class TV show at conventions for the rest of my life, which is a bit of a bummer.
Oh,
I'm sure.
But I'm just joking. Anybody who asks that, it's fine. It's all good. But what was I going to say about that, though? No, just being able to, like, I flew out. They were filming it in Vancouver. Me and my wife and our newborn at the time. Now he's like 7, but like he was like a year or 2 old at the time. And we went to Vancouver and saw the thing get filmed. And yeah, it was just very cool.
Wow.
To be able to kind of play on the wall for that thing. I'm like, it's like 5 people making this comic, and then it turns into this army of Hollywood people with trailers and catering and people that are like doing makeup and like, just a million different people with a million different jobs. It's just wild.
Yeah, that is wild. That's crazy. So they shot the whole thing in Vancouver?
Yeah, it's like they did so much at the time. It was funny. We were walking around, and it's like we like walked by the Flash set for like the TV show The Flash, and like who knows what else was being filmed at that point. They had a pretty good. It's a lot like there's a lot of like a lot of stuff gets filmed in Georgia, as far as I understand, because there's a lot of good tax write-offs there. Same thing, they're Canadian dollars. And it was like the jump up from, keeping it on the West Coast, the jump up, I guess, from Hollywood, from Los Angeles up to Vancouver, it was, relatively painless for them, I guess,
Nice. Okay.
Right.
That makes sense.
And it suited San Francisco because it's like Vancouver, just like Seattle, can be relatively rainy, but you can definitely give it that kind of San Francisco feel, I think,
Yes. Yeah. It's that's cool, man. So did you, am I right that you wrapped up Deadly Class and then was it directly into Kaya after that?
It was literally like the last issue of Deadly Class came out after the first issue of Kaya. That's how.
Oh shit! Okay.
It's so silly. Like I had planned. Again, that's the thing too. I kind of screw myself over a little bit with some of this stuff because it's like I just really wanted it to come out. I think I wanted it to come out in October so it would time well with like New York Comic Con, and I also like.
Sure.
It had some good launches at New York Comic Con with Deadly Class. That was the first time I ever had like this poster of Cyan, even before the first issue of Deadly Class was coming out. And I was just handing them out for free to people. And I was going to do the same thing with, and I did it with this other book, Grave Diggers Union, that was.
Toby. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And so like I just wanted to do it in October, so I was like, it's got to be in October, but you get this thing, it's like, who cares, stuck in your mind, and you just feel like you just feel compelled for whatever reason. So yeah,
Right.
like I'm gonna stick to that no matter what. And then it ended up that the last issue of Deadly Class went extra long. Maybe the last two issues went extra long actually, so it was like they kind of the deadlines kind of crossed over. So yeah, I've been kind of in crunch time for like a long time now. I'm after Kaya. My wife doesn't believe me, but after Kaya is done, I'm gonna take a nice long break.
Oh, nice. Yeah, okay.
But
Well deserved, well earned.
Yeah, definitely. Totally.
that's a ways off though.
You got to do it, man.
Yeah, for sure. I even actually like. There's one other thing. Right now, it's just insane because it's just things are. I'm doing this kind of secret project for DC that I'm writing and drawing, but it's like a really long deadline, so I'm doing Kaya at the same time.
Oh
Jesus,
shit!
man.
I asked for a long deadline for them because I was like, Kaya's not like I can't miss a beat with Kaya. I feel like it does well, but it doesn't do so well that I can just take it for granted. So I'm like, this thing has to stay on a very reliable schedule. So I said like I have to do this thing, but I need to have like a long enough deadline for the DC thing to allow Kaya to stay like not monthly, but as close to monthly as I can. So they gave me that, but it's very it's a little crazy right now, crazy deadline wise for sure.
Damn, man. Okay, so yeah, because I was going to ask you, you've been dabbling with some DC stuff over the last couple years, right? You did some?
Yeah.
Was it New Gods or what were you?
It was like DC All In. It was like a one issue thing that kind of set up the Absolute Universe that Nick.
Right. I remember that. Yeah.
Now, yeah, but it was mostly good New Gods. That was like one of the main things they pitched me on this thing. They're like, same thing as what I was talking about. I was like, Kaya's got to stay regular, and they were like, we got a long enough deadline. They gave me like 2 months or something like that, and they're like, you can work with Scott Snyder. It's launching this whole new universe, this Absolute Universe that we're giving a big push to, and you'll be the first person to draw these characters. And it's got mostly New Gods in it. And I was like, well, shit.
Wow.
Much good stuff to turn down, I was like,
yeah, how can you say no, man? It's like,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. You can't say no to that.
Yeah, usually I check with my wife on these kind of like, oh no, Wes is taking on too much work things. But like, even before she came home, even before I pitched it to her, I was like, I know I'm gonna say yes to this. Like I have to,
Yeah.
Kind of good for the career, and also if anybody in that enjoyed that might jump over to check out Kaya, that's also makes it worth it.
Yes. Yeah. It you're explaining to your wife, you're like, there's this guy named Jack Kirby that I love. And
Yeah.
New Gods. She's like, what? I don't know what these words are that you're saying.
Some of these things she knows now. It's been a long time, so she knows certain buzzwords. Jack Kirby is one of them for sure.
Okay, she knows what's up.
Yeah, I've given her a few comics along like over the years, and mostly it's just more me just repeating the same names over and over again. I can say Frank Miller, or I don't know, Jim Lee from back in the day, or Jack Kirby or whatever, like, and she's like, yeah, no, I know, you've told me.
Right. She's like, yeah, I got it, nerd.
Wes, can you speak on the like Kirby influence on Kaya?
Yeah, there's a big influence there, and I'd say I mean, the biggest thing is that it's kind of like a commandy kind of a world.
Right.
Like kind of the idea of being that comes from a few different places, where the main place in a way was I was listening to this. She to me is like a pint-sized Conan. It's very influenced. It's the main influence on the series is probably Conan, the original, the Robert E. Howard pulps, and
right.
I saw this. I was listening to this commentary on like the Conan movie that like me and Drew were like obsessed with this movie. The Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
For sure.
And it's a commentary saying like originally in the original script that was written by Oliver Stone. So strange to me that Oliver Stone wrote the script, but like,
Yeah.
but like it shows a picture of a modern map, and then the shapes of the map. You know how like in pre-dinosaur times there was like a Pangea, and then that like the shapes of the shape of the map slowly changes over millions of years and stuff, right? Like islands move and all this kind of stuff. So
Right.
like the North American map or whatever, or Europe or whatever it was, turns into like in the future it turns into like Hyboria and all these like Conan things. So what they were saying, they were hinting at is that like Conan's actually set super far in the future, and I was like, well, I love that idea, so I'm stealing that one.
Right.
So that's kind of the idea, is that it's so far in the future of Earth that like it looks a lot more like ancient times, ancient Babylon or Egypt or mythical stuff like Atlantis or whatever,
Oh, sure.
There's
But you can have laser guns if you want. You can still have laser guns.
They're like buried in the sand, and there's robots and all the sci-fi stuff is there if you want to use it, the other, like, another huge influence for sure is Commandy, and that's again like a post-apocalyptic kind of a thing, and she's kind of a Commandy type of character in a way, and I think he's just an influence. It's like one of those things, like you were saying earlier with your covers with Magnola, and it's like just looking at certain people enough. He's also a huge influence on me too. More so,
yep, I can see that. Yeah,
just in terms of like I really, well, both of them really, like, they have what I would love to have, is their art style is a language unto itself,
yes,
Right.
I think of Kirby like a goose. It's not to get too presumptuous with it, but the way that Gustav Klimt, like those paintings he's got a language that he uses. He's got these triangles and circles and spirals, things that are kind of like, they're just abstract shapes, but they make for a pleasing kind of composition. And it's like that's what Kirby has too. And it's not just Kirby dots or whatever. It's like the way that he does muscles can be just these bold black zigzag lines, and the way he draws technology and all these things are like, he created his own language, which is like, how many comic book creators have that? Like just him,
Right.
one or two others really, where it's like a whole language developed for speed, I guess, for the monthly deadline.
Right.
Yeah, so I just, that's kind of the thing that I'd love to be able to separate myself in a way enough from these other creators that I look up to enough to be able to like make my own language for that kind of stuff, but I find myself always going back to, it's just such a perfect world that he set up. I end up going back to Kirby Crackle and all those kinds of things that he first created.
Oh yeah, man. He, you can't beat the original formulas with certain things, and it's like, how stoked would he be if he knew that there were still guys talking about him and still artists in 2025 looking at his work and incorporating elements of it into their own comics, especially like creator-owned comics, because
yeah
that part of it, Jack would be like a huge proponent of, just like, make your own worlds, do your own thing, have fun, express yourself, go nuts,
Totally, yeah.
If that existed at the time, I mean, he just wasn't, that wasn't part of his world, like when they were creating these things, there was no, even years and years and years later, it's like still people had to kind of just work for the man, basically. It was unless you were doing like Robert Crumb type stuff where you're just doing your own thing completely. It's like, if you want to work in New York City and make a paycheck, it's like you're working for DC or Marvel or whatever, and you're giving them your ideas, basically, whether it be Jim Starlin or Jack Kirby before him, or whatever the case may be. Back to Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, if he could have back in the day, if that was an option, I'm sure he would have done that. It's like he was too busy, like just meeting his deadlines to kind of do that himself, I think.
Oh sure. Yeah, very
worlds,
like blue collar approach to his life and his, work ethic and providing for a family and also being like a World War II vet. I think he was just like, no, my place is in the studio, and that's just where I exist, and that's where I flourish, and that's how my family gets fed. So
Yeah, exactly.
it doesn't take a genius to figure out like what this guy is going to do with his time,
Yeah. But yeah, he's a big, huge influence. When I was a kid, my brother got these. You ever seen Captain Victory?
Yes.
Yeah,
I was gonna mention, because Kirby doing Captain Victory was sort of an attempt at indie creator-owned comics, but even Pacific Comics, like I don't know, if he was super happy there or like what their deal was with him. But
I'm not sure. I've even hold on a second. I got it.
they're interesting comics,
I saw
though.
Eric-
They're crazy looking
Yeah,
comics.
Eric's
Yeah.
watching the show, so let me say
I
hi
had
to
it-
Eric.
I had it on my
Thanks for
bookshelf.
watching, Eric.
Captain Victories, just sitting there, but I can't find it right now. But anyway, yeah, great comics. And but when I was a kid, I was not a fan. I didn't get it. He was like, I think the first thing I saw him on was like superpowers or whatever, and it was just one of those things where it was so. To me, it was like so dated, I guess. I was like, what is this weird old? And I'm like, that's not what Superman and all these characters look like, So I didn't get it. Most of the greats, I didn't get it when I was a kid. I think I thought Alex Toth, when I first saw him, I thought he was boring, and it just takes some maturity
Right.
to appreciate these guys. I was like, man, Rob Liefeld and Tom McFarlane and like Jim Lee, and like I was just into the new stuff, and I didn't really
Oh yeah.
have an appreciation.
The flashy.
Oh yeah,
the flashy
I mean, yeah, we all were. I
Yeah.
remember reading Born Again and loving it, but complaining about the art.
Oh,
Like,
exactly.
just like a dummy, such a dummy.
Yeah, those things.
It's
are
weird that people
that-
wouldn't
Yeah.
understand Mazzucchelli. Like, that's mystifying to me. Like, because people, when they did Batman Year One and just the regular Batman monthly title, the letters columns in those comics, people were
Trashing.
half loved it and half people were talking shit about David's work. And it's like, what's your frame
Whoa.
of reference for what good art is in storytelling? Like, I don't know how anyone could pick apart that guy's work. It's absolutely brilliant,
Yeah,
but
I mean, I like the fan, just that just goes to prove that just even before the internet, fans can be fans and weird in their.
oh, sure.
I think also like Bill Sienkiewicz got like trashed when he was on New Mutants. I think it's.
I was just going to bring up Bill too, because it's like, well, Bill's sort of the king of being misunderstood by Wednesday Warrior type collectors,
I think that's almost like probably should be a badge of honor, right? If you're like if some people you're beloved and other people hate you, you're probably in the art world, at least you're doing something right, where it's like,
Yeah.
like people don't get it, you know what I mean? Like that's okay. If you're just kind of
Right.
if you're kind of middle of the road where you're not offending anybody, then I don't know, it's probably not great stuff.
Very bland. Yeah, not much.
Well, he's a good worker. He's a good hand, as they say in wrestling. It's like, yeah, but like he's not, not setting the world on fire. So,
right.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good thing. And the same thing, it's like Jack Kirby. I didn't get it. I'm not sure if I think I got Bill Sienkiewicz pretty young, but like, anytime it was Elektra Lives Again. So it was Elektra Assassin. So it was just like, I didn't have an expectation on that, I didn't even know who that
Right.
first saw
Right.
first saw his stuff. Maybe if I was a big fan of New Mutants or something, I would have been like, who the hell is this? My first thing that I picked up when I was a kid that got me into comics books was George Perez. And
Sure.
there was somebody else. I think the same thing as like, I love Jim Lee, I love George Perez. I think the idea of like the technical proficiency of these guys was it's like Adam Hughes. Those guys like blew me away when I was a kid, and I'm not really into that stuff later on I got out of that and got more into people that were a bit more bold and crazy in their styles. But when I was a kid, I was just like, oh my God, like, how do you do this? They seemed like Brian Boland, like just technically so solid.
Yeah.
All those people. But yeah, reading Teen Titans though, they had fill-ins that were like, again, like I always read these names and I never said them out loud. So every time I say them, I always feel like I'm mispronouncing them. But like Romeo Tangal maybe is his name.
Yeah, yes, Romeo. Yeah, Tangal. Is that right? Yeah,
And,
I know exactly who you're talking about, dude.
Yeah, he was one of the fill-in guys, and they also got the Spanish dude. He did all the Underoos and all the Atari Force. I'm like totally blanking on his name.
Jose Luis Garcia Lopez.
Yeah, exactly.
Jose Garcia Lopez.
Garcia Lopez, and and just amazing. Like I still have those issues. I look at them now. I'm like, oh my God. And I would be so pissed when it wasn't George Perez.
Right.
That was just my guy. It's just how it is, So it's funny. It's like you're just limited in your thinking when you're a kid. It's just how it is,
Oh yeah. But yeah, if you're a monthly collector of something and there's a fill-in artist, that was always to me the worst thing of like, oh man, who's this guy? Like I'm not paying $1.50 for this other artist. I want.
There were a few artists though that would do fill-ins that I looked forward to. Like Leonardi was always doing fill-ins on stuff, and that was like a special gift when Leonardi was doing a fill-in on something. And Alan Davis.
Oh, Alan Davis he was the other guy. There's a constellation of dudes that I loved as a kid, and he was one of them, man.
Yeah, Alan Davis was king.
The most beautiful women. Like I was like in love with Megan.
Oh yeah. From
girl.
Excalibur.
God damn. Yeah. He drew just the beautiful women ever. And I was like, yeah, I loved his stuff so much when I was a kid.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
Also, a little like underappreciated for sure, because
definitely.
I think he had his time, but it wasn't like, I mean, Excalibur, I don't know. I loved Excalibur, but it's not.
I loved it.
So like, it's not like you had perfect run on X-Men or Justice League or, whatever.
Right.
Where were you getting comics from, Wes? Was there a shop or were you just grabbing stuff off the newsstand in your neighborhood?
Yeah, when I was a kid, like I'm up in Montreal, up in Canada, so I know I've always been here. So like the first comics that I got, my dad would get us these black and white reprints of Marvel stuff in French.
Oh, sure.
Even though we didn't speak French. I think he got them because he thought they were a good bang for your buck. Because I bet you they were super cheap because they were black and white, and there was like 2 or 3 stories, and they were usually reprints of like 70s Marvel, like John Byrne Marvel, and
oh shit, in black and white. That sounds awesome.
No, for sure. I think that's one of the things I love black and white because it's like there's that. So that's my first experience with that is old John Byrne on Avengers, and there was some Buscema, like Conan in there and shit like that. So yeah, it was very cool. And then when I was a kid, I went into the comic book store and I remember like early on, I got like one thing that I do give myself some credit for, although it might have been Drew's comic, might have been my brother Drew's comic, but I liked it right away, was Will Eisner's The Spirit, these kitchen sink.
Oh,
and
sure.
That I was a kid and I got it right away. I was like, these are super cool. And I would get that, and I would get Lone Wolf and Cub. So it's like I was used to black and white stuff. I was drawn to black and white stuff when I was a kid. I want to do more black and white stuff as an adult, actually, but I'm just waiting for Image and whoever else to just accept that manga and Walking Dead and black and white, it's like it's all okay. Like black and white is a sellable, good thing to do,
It's there needs to be like market research done on their end or something. I don't know, but
research was done like maybe 15 years ago, I feel, and it's like they need to do that again and be like, okay, 90% of these kids have all read manga, and I think everyone is like okay with black and white now. But yeah, the shops that that's the first place I went to would just be with my dad and my brother to like a corner store. And then eventually, when I was a kid, it was like just before the or around the time of the boom when there was like Death of Superman and Image, just before Image Comics was created and stuff like that. So there's a place called Captain Quebec that I would go to that was like, it was in the suburbs that I lived. There's still one that exists. There was like in the crunch when, you know, when things went bad, when Marvel went bankrupt and all that stuff, like,
Oh yeah, like 96, 90,
different
yeah.
Quebec locations. There used to be 3 of them, and now there's like 1 that still exists years and years later. But yeah, we used to go there, and there was one that, like, yeah, that was wild walking into that thing, because it was like, it was big. At the front there'd be like those big Cerebus phone books.
Oh sure.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All like nerdy, like the novelizations of like Star Trek and stuff like that. And then there'd just be tons of comics and tons of back issues. And then in the back there was all the role-playing games. There'd be Dungeons and Dragons. And my favorite thing when I was a kid, another thing, was Robotech, and there'd be Robotech like role-playing games. And
Nice.
it's like I lost it, you know. When you're a kid, it's like those places seem huge. I was like, this is like,
Oh yeah, man. Yeah,
holy shit, everything I ever dreamed of is in this place, you know.
yeah. I would just get a huge adrenaline rush when I would get to go to the comic shop. My mom would drop me off and be like, "All right, you got 20 minutes or whatever," and I would just get so excited and like, "Oh my god, what am I gonna buy? I only have $3. Like, back issues. Do I buy some new thing?" Like, I would just like freak out. And then I was, you know, there'd be older guys in the shop, and I was too shy to talk to anyone, but I would hear them talking about things, and I wanted to ask questions, but I was too shy to ask questions. So it was like a very mysterious other world to go into, you know. And this is a good old fashioned like 80s dingy, dark lit, dusty comic shop. you
Yeah.
know?
Also, those probably made the right choice by not asking them, because they would have been like, you never heard of Dark Knight Returns?
Right.
Yeah.
All know it all 15-year-old kids, like that, they like the comic book nerds that I knew when I was a kid, like the 15-year-olds that knew about, you know, Sandman and Vertigo and stuff, were so insufferable.
Oh, sure.
They just
Sure.
when you're 15, you just think like, I've really got it figured out, man. You know, like they really thought they knew stuff. So yeah, it's just like it was so funny, you know. These guys are the people that turned into the tech bros of the future, I guess. I don't know.
Oh yeah, who knows?
Right.
Yeah.
But where were you?
Jim, that looks sick, bro. I'm sorry, I just looked up and saw that.
She's kicking a shark creature in the face.
That looks awesome.
Yeah, that is crazy. I love the huge arm, or the perspective of the huge arm.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's extremely out of proportion, but you know, this design of this man. Like when I first saw the book when it came out, I was like, okay, this is the winner of the design choices you've made that are all great. That big ass arm.
Yeah.
To me, this is like a nod to Kirby, obviously, but also Hellboy. You know, we're talking Mignola, and it's like, give that character a big ass club that they can just swing around.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely like a big Hellboy thing. Yeah, I would even. Yeah, it's funny. Like years later, like Furiosa came out, and I was like, oh, it's gonna seem. But like when I was making it, it was like there was no Furiosa. But now it's like, oh, it's basically. She has the black across the eyes and this metal arm, and I'm
right.
Looks like I'm ripping this thing off. Yeah, but
yeah, I mean that stuff can't be helped. It's always
yeah,
cool design, cool ideas are cool ideas. They make their way around.
Yeah,
but
right.
Where were you when your mom was dropping you off at the comic shop?
I was in St. Louis, in the Midwest where I grew up, and we had this great shop called Bob's Comics, and it was just something that my mom discovered it in the yellow pages because I was buying comics at the grocery store when I would go with her on Fridays to shop for the family. I'd help her out, and she'd, you know, buy me a couple comics. So there was a newsstand at the grocery store that had current Marvel and DC. So as a kid, I would pick up whatever Spider-Man book I could get my hand on, or a DC, like whatever Batman thing I could get my hands on.
Yeah.
So, but man, I mean, as soon as I discovered that there was this shop full of this stuff, like that changed things for me. Like I flipped out.
I would have loved to see footage of Jim walking into a comic shop for the first time.
Yeah, I mean,
like vibrating electricity.
it was so
Passing
great.
Out and like wetting themselves, like all of it. Oh my god, I can't take it. You know.
I was like, this is my shit. Oh my god.
Yeah, for sure. What about you? Shawn? Where were you stationed?
I discovered comics later. I was 14 when I read my first comic, and the first comic I ever read was Dark Knight Returns. So that just melted my brain. And I was into skateboarding at the time, so there was like a 7-Eleven where we'd stop to get snacks when we were skating every day, and I just started buying comics off the spinner rack there.
Oh man, that's the good stuff there. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, and then I remember I had a friend that I knew at Hebrew school. He was his cousin was like one of my best friends named Rachel, and Ryan was an artist too, a really good artist, and he was into comics, but he was like really into the eclectic stuff. Like Sienkiewicz was his hero when we were like 15. So we skipped Hebrew school one day, and he took me to a comic shop, and I was just like, there was so much cool shit everywhere.
Yeah, I guess awesome. Today is just like you're so used to just seeing the corner store where it's like, okay, Archie and like one Batman and one Spider-Man and one Secret Wars or whatever was there, or like some adaptation of a toy or something like Transformers or whatever, and then you get to the comic. Oh my god, like everything, and you don't have to just pick, like the selection is crazy, you know. So that must have been, it's the same story all around, like just exciting as hell when you get to that place.
Yeah, but it was also like it's not like comic shops today. It was dingy. It was just long boxes, like mountains of long boxes everywhere.
Yeah.
And it was just like, this place was so strange. Like, it was so cool.
I loved it, man. Yeah. So at this store I'm talking about too, there was a guy who worked the counter, and I would see him inking and working on his own comics. And that's the first time I ever saw anyone inking with a brush. And it freaked me out, because I was like, oh shit, that's how they get the lines for comics. That's how you get that thick black line. I was using pens and trying to figure out how comics are inked and adding line weights manually with pens. But I saw this dude rocking a brush, and it made a huge impression on me. I was just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
That's the secret. You got to learn how to use that tool.
That's the secret juice.
Oh my God. That's how they're doing it. Like it was wild. It was really crazy.
Yeah. I went to a convention when I was a kid. Same thing. I was using like pens from my, that were just around the house or whatever. The thickest Sharpie that I could find, and I was like, it's just bleeding so much on the page.
Right.
I'm using like, it's not. I don't know. It's like you would get it at hobby shops. It's kind of like Bristol board, but one side is kind of like cardboard, and the other side is the shiniest, smoothest, not made.
Oh, that was called oh fuck
stuff. Like it's horrible.
It was a British name. It was something board. Something Bane board. Oh man, I wish I could remember the name of that stuff.
So
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right? But like, it was like I was using all the wrong tools, and I was like, "What's going on here?" But they were big. The only thing that I did know was that they were supposed to be big, like around 11 by 17. So I think I was using like 15 by 17. The proportions were all wrong. I didn't know what I was doing. But I went to a convention with my brother. We didn't really have like a lot of comic book friends. It was me and my brother, and like for a little while there was a few other dudes that we would talk comics with, but it was mostly me and Drew. And we would go. We went to this convention, this Montreal convention, and I showed this Bart Sears. He's like the
of course
he was the artist for Justice League Europe when we were kids, and I was a fan of his stuff, you know.
And Turok over at
Yeah, his cross
Valiant.
stuff, you know. He was like been a few different places, and I think he was a Kubert graduate. But anyway, he like I showed him my stuff, and I was a little kid, and it was my own stuff. It was like this again, always been kind of create our own stuff. I never really did like my comic of Wolverine or whatever. It was always like my own super group or whatever.
Oh, that's cool.
I showed him that stuff, and he like, man, these things matter like so much. Like he treated me like an adult. He showed me the right tools. He suggested right tools for me. He told me what, you know, like some good tips and stuff. And I was like 10 or something. Like I was like a little kid, you know, and he really treated me with respect in terms of, I think he just saw that I was, you know, as far as a 10-year-old can take something seriously, I was kind of taking it pretty seriously. So he like treated me pretty well. And like, I even remember like I thanked him for the review, and like he gave me a bunch of tips and materials to use. And then I left the room. Me and Drew went out into the main convention room where it was all the, you know, all comics and everything being sold. And he had a lineup of people, and he must have stopped the lineup, and he came out. Everybody that came to him in the line, he had just photocopied cover Justice League Europe covers that he would sign and he would give as like a freebie for everybody that came to the table. And he just, as he was talking to me, I guess he forgot to give me one, and he came and found me on the show floor, and he was like, "Oh yeah, here's your signed
oh shit
thing." And he's
Oh,
like,
that's awesome.
you know, and that was it. And he went back, and I was just like, I can do it. You know, like,
yes,
That's awesome.
yeah.
that's cool, man. So
Really
Bart
quick, guys.
Spears, good guy.
Sorry,
Yeah,
we
Sorry,
got
go ahead.
I
we
saw him
got
later, and it was like I saw him at San Diego when I was an adult trying to make it into comic shops, trying to make it into comic books. And it was that thing in San Diego where you used to have to stand in the cattle call lineup with like 1,000 people. And I would get in the
Jesus.
for DC and Marvel and Top Cow and Dark Horse and Aspen and whatever other comic company, Chaos, whoever existed at the time that doesn't necessarily exist anymore. Just every comic company, Antarctic, whatever, just trying to get jobs. And I went to CrossGen, and this guy gave me a portfolio review, and I'm like, okay, cool. And I looked at his name tag, and I was like, oh man, you're Bart Sears. You gave me a review. Like it was Bart Sears giving me a review as an adult. And I was like, you gave me a review.
Wow.
That's crazy. I was like, thank you so much for that. And he was like, oh yeah, like Montreal, that was a good time, man. So anyway, you got to work on this and this and this, and good luck. And like, kind of not a big deal, you know.
Oh wow, okay.
just to him, it was like just something he did, and to me, you know, obviously as a kid, it leaves you like this with this big impression.
Sure.
He didn't blow me off, but it's obviously different to talk to like this yet another. He's probably been given portfolio reviews all day, so like his energy level wasn't quite what I was hoping for, probably.
Right.
But anyway, you know, like all good though. It's like it's funny, two very different experiences, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. That's Jamie. Sorry, was there something?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's all good. I was just gonna say we got a $2 super chat from Brandon Paul, who said, "Really digging the YouTube channel you started, Wes."
Oh, thanks, man. Thank you. Thanks.
Oh yeah. What's the details on that?
Yeah.
I just I mean, you know, influenced by you guys, by my, like we were saying, buddies at Lethal, by, you know, kayfabe, you know, cartoonist kayfabe, etc. Just, and it's also like I love following comedians, and I'm like literally every comedian has some form of podcast or YouTube show, and it just seems like it's just a good thing to have, you know. It's like, it just seems like a good way to kind of get out there and get your name out there to some people that haven't heard of your stuff.
Oh sure.
But I wasn't sure how to approach it necessarily, or even if I wasn't even sure if I wanted to do it in a way. But I was like, well, I'm sitting here, I'm drawing anyway, so I'll just turn the camera on and I'll talk about some of the things that I have no other outlet for. Like, there's no other place for me to necessarily just say some of these thoughts aloud. Like the current one this week is just about single issues and ideas that I have to make single issues as attractive as possible.
Right.
So yeah, just like recording them as I was, and I just do it like as I'm doing it. Similar, pretty much same thing as this. As I'm like drawing, I'm just kind of rambling on about whatever topic, and I just, you know, I banked enough of them where I was like, oh, I think I can do this. And Thunderhead Kickstarter started up, so I was like, this would probably be a good time to either pull the trigger or not on this thing. So yeah, I just have a few videos out there now, and I'm just kind of whatever stuff comes to mind. A lot of comic book thoughts, a lot of like single issues. What are the advantages of that? What are the advantages of digital and trade paperbacks, and like thoughts about kind of the like comic book language stuff. Like eventually I'm going to do a few on like different ways of representing speed and different ways of representing emotions, and just stuff that I filled up my sketchbooks with. So
Dude, that's great.
Nice,
Sounds
man.
really
Yeah.
smart.
yeah, I mean, it's just, it seems like a good way to kind of just to be out there, like you guys. I'm sure it's a bit weird, like in a way you got to turn it on to a certain degree, like a little bit like when you're at a convention, like
Oh
we're
yeah.
we're mostly solitary people that just want to draw in silence, but it's like you got to kind of turn it on for a little while the camera's on, or while you're at the convention table, or whatever the case may be. So I find that a
Yeah,
little
totally.
difficult, but like, you get over it. You find ways to do it.
Oh yeah, yeah. It that just becomes part of the job, It's
Yeah.
and every artist has to figure out like, well, what's your comfort level of what you're going to do,
Right.
You
Right.
know,
Yeah. That's what it is, because you can see other people doing. No, I don't mean this isn't necessarily in comic books. I haven't seen this so much, but just in online in general, people doing stuff to get people to come and check their stuff out. It's like, there can be, everybody has their level of that looks pretty cool. That it looks gross. It's like, I don't want
right.
like different levels of hucksterism or just it's like trying to get attention can be a little bit weird. So yeah, you have to just kind of do what you feel is comfortable to you, and I think just having fun with it really is like the thing.
The key
Totally.
thing for sure. Yeah.
Totally.
I just put the link to the channel in the comments if anyone wants to check it out as well.
Nice. Thanks, Jamie.
Nice. Thanks, Jamie.
Yeah, they're very Jamie, I appreciate the work you do here, because I don't have anybody doing that, and the videos look not great.
I've checked them out, Wes. They look pretty good. They look pretty good.
They're passable, But I was also like, I have also seen things on the internet that I find perfectly entertaining, but you can tell that this person doesn't necessarily know what they're doing video wise, and I'm like, it doesn't mean I don't get any less enjoyment out of it. There can be an amazingly produced video, or there can be a,
Right.
it really depends on what they're saying and whatever.
Dude, DIY is whatever. I mean, we grew up
Yeah.
on punk rock. It's not like that was produced so perfectly.
Yeah, exactly. It's like they can each have their own charm, I guess, depending on how you approach it.
Oh yeah, man. So you mentioned your brother. Is he still currently? When I met him, he was writing some comics and involved with some stuff. Is he still making some work happen?
Yeah, he wrote and drew Starstorm. That came out actually through Image Comics. He wrote.
I remember. Yeah, I saw that.
And so far it's like I think it was interesting for him, because it was like he's been with me at these conventions for a long time, but that was an introduction to how it is, like the reality of comics, where it's like it is a tough go. Not everybody gets to be the superstar breakout comic book title. His or mine. It's like Deadly Class did really well. Kaya does pretty well, but it's also like part of why Kaya does well is because I put in so many years on Class and other stuff, So
Right.
So it like Starstorm did okay, but for me I was kind of like whether it sells 1 million copies or it sells like 5 copies, it's just like you've been wanting to do this for years and years, and you finally got to do it. So that's like, to me, that's it's invaluable. You got the trade paperback that you can put up on your bookshelf, which is really part of the reason I do it. I just want to put them all up and say I did all of these comics. Like, it's just a cool feeling. So yeah, but he's still working on it. He's working on like a Starstorm annual right now that he's trying to figure out if he wants to kickstart it or through Image, or I'm not sure. He's not sure. He's trying to figure that out right now. But
Sure.
there is a Starstorm, there is a collection that came out through Image. So if anyone wants to Google like Drew Craig Starstorm, they can find that online for sure.
Awesome, man. Nice.
Yeah, it's awesome. We talk like once a week too. We do the little thing on his Instagram where we put on the camera and same thing. Where that's kind of how one of the things I started doing my own show there is just there's topics that me and him talk about, a bit more kind of pop culture type stuff, and then there's like deep in the weeds comic book stuff that I don't know if Drew's really interested in talking about. So that's what I
right. Right.
But yeah, he's my for years, man. Like he got into comic books first. He drew before I drew, so a lot of it was me kind of copying him as his younger brother. But I was more obsessive about it than he was. I think at a certain time, I was just like, this is all I want to do, and just was just all about it, you know.
Oh yeah.
So it took him to get there than me, basically.
You had the crazed look in your eye about wanting to
for sure
wanting to make it
cool in high school, but also like coming home and having like the secret life of like drawing, because I remember I used to be the artist at school, but then it just started to be everybody asking me to do them drawings for like no money, and just felt
I remember that.
usy and stuff. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna hide this. Actually, I'm just gonna like turn this off for a few years. But I would go home and I would still make my comics for myself. I just didn't really like show them off, except for to my closest friends, you know. But my friends weren't really like comic book guys. It's like in my teen years, most of my friends were punk rock like music, like they were in bands and stuff like that.
Sure.
So, but all through those years, it was like me and Drew would still be into comic books, and we would just share stuff, just the two of us, really. And then once in a while, you'd meet somebody else that was into it, but mostly it was me and him, you know.
That's awesome though. It's something to, because I'm that way with my brother with music. Like my brother's a DJ and a producer, and we've all like that's our bonding thing is talking about music and being obsessed with music, and he looks at comics. He's an art fan, but I never really fully got him to, you know, come on board the comics thing. But you know, music is still a very significant bonding thing, you know.
Yeah, it's a great thing to have for sure. No matter what is happening, you can talk to them about that stuff. I think, and also it depends too. Like it's like I was saying, Drew's a bit more of a pop culture. He's more like, for one thing, he's always been more into superheroes than me. But like, you know, I love reading like a lot of indie stuff, like a lot of, you know, Drawn and Quarterly, Fantagraphics, etc., that kind of stuff. And it's like, I don't think he has any interest. It's like if I gave him like Acme Novelty Library or Optic Nerve, he'd be like, why would I read this? You know?
Right.
Some of my favorite comics ever. So it's like, it's just our tastes cross over in certain things, but not all of it, you know?
Yeah. It's funny that comics has its little schools of thought and its little categories of
yeah, totally.
Because I have stuff from every genre, and I've always been into, you know, a mix of all of it. So I've got superhero, like totally mainstream shit on my shelf next to like, you know, Optic Nerve and stuff like that. And
to me it's like good, you know. I'm trying not to, in my older years, it's like not be too I probably got out of superheroes for a while because of that kind of overcompensation of being like, well, no, I like again, like I'm saying about the dudes that liked Sandman and Vertigo when they were 15, just trying to be like, no, I'm a serious artist and I don't read this stuff. And it's really like, if it's enjoyable, it's enjoyable, man. Just read whatever you like, you know. And good stuff is good stuff. Like it doesn't matter what genre it's in or anything, really. It's just are they really breaking new ground or not? You know, it's kind of the litmus test.
Yeah, man. Is there anything current right now that's you're reading? Do you have time to read or check other things out?
I try to, you know. I don't. It's like I feel like comic creators have to keep reading comic books, even if whether it's old comics or new or whatever. But I try to keep up on some new stuff. I like. I'm trying to think. There is Assorted Crisis Events from Dennis Camp, and I'm really sorry, but I don't know the name of the artist yet. I've only read like issues, so I haven't.
That's Eric Zawadzki, I think, is how you say it.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you. FML from Dark Horse is really good. And what else? On the superhero front, I kind of just love looking at Dan Mora's stuff. Like he does
Oh yeah, he's really good.
superheroes so well. Like again, very much like a modern Garcia Lopez, really, in terms of like they just look so. He's just made to draw superheroes, like just such perfect superhero drawing, you know. But yeah, what else is there? Let's see. Department of Truth. I'm a fan of that one. From
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And Martin Simmons, I think Simons.
Yeah.
There's a few things, you know. I don't pick up a lot, but I definitely have I still have my pull list at the comic shop, you know.
Yeah, that Dennis Camp is writing that new Martian Manhunter book right now, and I'm loving that book, man. It's so weird. It's basically an indie comic. It's very, very strange, and it's refreshing that DC would even publish something like that. And I guess it's selling well, but it feels it's like a superhero Vertigo book.
100% for sure.
It's hard to explain, but yeah, I mean, I the first couple issues, I was like, I don't know what's going on here, and then sticking with it and reading it, I'm really enjoying it. It's cool and weird. It's good.
Yeah, for sure. Between that, he started with 20th Century Men, and he's Dennis's stuff is really, he's one of my, it's like the new guy that's really, for me, like pushing it, you know, really like going for something. And and that's kind of my stuff, like some of my favorite things, like really experimental. And also, again, like Assorted Crisis Events and Martian Manhunter, it feels kind of like Twilight Zone, Black Mirror kind of a. That's my that's my shit. Like I love Twilight Zone. I love Black Mirror. I love concise little noirish. You know, like that. I don't even know how to describe it exactly, but that kind of story are like some of my favorite stories. So.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah. Javier, is it Javier?
Yes, on the art on Martian Manhunter.
Two of them is
shit. What's his last name? Fernandez or
no, but I have the issue. I don't know. I don't want to leave.
Is it Rodriguez?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I think it is Rodriguez.
Yeah, it's Rodriguez.
I'm doing some serious. This is sinful, man. I'm remembering the names of the writers and not the artists. It's just terrible.
Oh, Wes.
Bad.
How dare you?
I know it's not good, but yeah, no, that stuff is great. Glad you're reading that too. It's super. The Martian Manhunter stuff is super cool. Love it.
Really good stuff. Danny, anything in the chat that we need to? I haven't looked really at the chat since we started, but
yeah, there's been a lot of compliments on the pieces. A lot of people saying you guys are killing it. Wes, a lot of love for Kaya and Deadly Class as well.
Nice.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
I did want to shout out, I can't find the cut up. There we go. Unreliable Narrator at the start of the stream, Jim. Picked up one of the Spider-Verse prints.
Oh, nice.
Oh, excellent. Oh, great. Thank you.
And yeah, that's it. Just a lot of love in the chat. We did have one question from Squidmarks who said, ask Wes to talk about a place called Mars in Montreal. Are you familiar with that, Wes?
That might be my buddy. He told me that he was texting me. He was like, "Oh, because he listens to you guys all the time," and he was like, "Oh, it's awesome. You're going to be on Inkpulp, you know." If it's a guy called Squidmarks,
it's Mark U Squidmarks. That's his name.
Yeah, my buddy. I went to illustration and design with him. He's actually he's like an artist in a number of different ways. He's worked in film and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, a place called Mars. Oh man, this place was the dingiest place in all of Montreal, I think. And it was on St. Catharines, which is like our main kind of shopping street downtown. We lived in the suburbs, so we had to take the 211 super long ass bus all the way through traffic and through like all the way from the suburbs to downtown. And we would go to this, on one side of the street, there was this place called Labyrinth where we would pick up our rock and roll t-shirts and our chain wallets and our
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
and like buckles and stuff. When I was a kid, I used to dress kind of like a greaser, like a 50s greaser. So you would get like
Really?
Yeah, that was
A
me.
greaser phase. That's interesting.
Oh, you should see the pictures. Big old pompadour and stuff. It's ridiculous.
Oh shit, dude.
Wow,
Okay.
wow.
Yeah, Drew used to have a pair of two-tone Docs, and I had like Creepers and Chain Wallet and Harley Davidson stuff and all that. And
So were you like a rockabilly fan?
I was yeah, totally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice. Interesting.
It was a lot of punk stuff, like mixed like the Clash and Social Distortion and Reverend Horton Heat and
Nice.
Reverend. The Reverend, dude. Yes.
Did I ever tell you guys the story when I was working with him?
Oh, no way.
Yeah. So I was bartending and I was working on my sample pages because I was trying to break into comics.
Yeah.
And it was at a golf course. And this guy sits down at my bar and starts asking about the drawing. And then I look up and it's him.
Oh, no way, man.
And he's like, I was like, what the hell? He's a big golf fanatic.
Oh,
And so we started rapping. He's like, I need an artist for my new album cover. And he invited me to the show that night. So I took Steph. He was opening up for White Zombie.
oh wow.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah, there was a venue right near my house called Merriweather Post Pavilion. And you could sit in my backyard and listen to the concerts. But all my friends work security, so we just saw show after show after show for free.
Oh wow, very cool.
But yeah, he invited me. So I took Steph. We went backstage, and then we got on the bus and we're chatting with him. He was about to release an album called "It's Martini Time,"
Yeah.
and he needed a cover. So I was doing all these sketches, and he was really feeling it. And then he called me, and he's like, "Look, the record company thinks it's important that I really push my likeness and my look, so we're going with a photograph."
Okay.
And that was the end of
Oh.
that. But it was a cool guy. He was a cool guy.
Yeah, no, I mean it's not. I mean that sounds legit. I mean that sounds like something a record company would say. You know?
Yeah, and it was the third time I'd been through that with I went through that with Ice Cube. I went through that with Reverend Horton Heat and House of Pain.
Oh damn! Wow.
The House of Pain.
Easy. Yeah, that was.
Jimmy,
Sean, I
send me that.
owe you.
Yes,
I owe you
do.
that.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
You know what? I should finish the story of Mars though. Mars, just to. But we went down to
Oh, definitely.
this rock and roll place called Labyrinth. We get our rock and roll and hip hop. It was just like band T-shirts of every band you could think of, like 1,000 like band T-shirts and stuff. And across the street was this place called Mars. We had to walk up a flight of stairs. The guy, I remember one time I walked in. There's the cash in the middle of the place, and this guy at the cash is like this. Again, it wasn't a comic book shop, but it was the owner was like a stereotypical comic book guy from The Simpsons, except he was at the cash drinking a 40. Like in the middle of the day, like drinking a 40 ounce.
Wow.
And I mean, this is old school, like Montreal, when you could like smoke butts everywhere and everything like that. But not that you could drink. I don't know. It's just, I guess nobody bothered him. So it's just like he could drink while he was there. But it was like digging through the crates, and it would be mountains of, I mean, you'd find records. I remember when I was a kid, I loved Green Day, and I tried to find all their old tapes. So I would and the only place you could find, I loved Rancid too. I would find old Operation Ivy.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Stuff that had come over like to Canada very much. I found an old Clash tape that was like only available in England or whatever. Like, you could just,
that's awesome.
if you were there long enough, you could just dig and dig and dig and find stuff. There's old Playboys that were like about to crash to the ground and kill somebody. There was on such a huge stack of old
Yes.
rotting magazines and everything of all types, and there was no order. It was literally just like search for what you find, and if you're brave enough and you got enough time on your hands, you might find some gold, you know. But yeah, that was Mars. It was I wish it was still there.
Yeah, there's those places, man.
I
It's
love
funny
those
because
places.
I went to Pittsburgh last year, and Pittsburgh has spots. Like there's this place called the Ides, and
Yeah.
there's still spots like that where it's just you just walk in and there's just like stacks of shit, comics, magazines. And if you're willing to spend an afternoon, you can just dig, and who knows what weird stuff that you'll find, you know.
Yeah, and they've been there for so long. It's like no one's checking to see if some hidden treasure is there, you know. And so it's up to you.
Right.
It's always exciting. You never know.
Do you do the Montreal convention every year?
The what?
The Montreal, do they have a convention every year?
Yeah, they do. I don't do it every year, actually.
Okay.
The good show. It can be a little bit weird because there's a big French population, obviously. So some of it is just not like North American comic books doesn't always make its way into their hands. Like maybe they'll be into like European like bande dessinée stuff that comes over. Generally, it's more of a pop culture audience, so like they'll be there for like a retired wrestler that's signing or something, or somebody that's from, you know, Arrow or like some
Right.
show from back in the day, or Buffy or whatever the case may be. It's like the crowd's a bit more that kind of crowd. So like I find we end up when I'm there, there's some good interactions, but there's a lot of kind of twiddling your thumbs. Just you know, I don't know. I haven't gone that many years. It's in the middle of the summer, and summers here are so short that it's a little bit like I think I'd rather just sit out here and enjoy the summer. You know,
Right.
I don't know. It
Yeah.
sounds like I'm trashing them. It's not. It's just every city has their own kind of culture, and that's what I found with the culture.
Sure.
Not,
It's a show Jim and I have been trying to get to just because we want to come to Montreal and hang with you and Carl and Andy and
yeah.
see the Montreal scene.
Yeah, like I know Stegman came up a few years ago. You can ask his opinion. Also, it depends on on a lot of things. But like I would say that Montreal itself is an awesome city. I've always lived here, and I still, you know, I love this place. It's like it's a pretty dank. The city itself is a little bit like Mars in a way, but it's like there's so much creativity here, and it's, you know, cheap, like relatively to the rest, a lot of other places, relatively cheap rents, which draws in a lot of creative people that kind of just want to do their art and not pay like an arm and a leg for where they live and stuff. So yeah, it's a great city.
Nice.
For sure. And yeah, there is like the convention is a good convention. It's just that it's not as much of a moneymaker as other ones, I would say, you know.
Right.
Got it.
Yeah.
So we've got like 10 minutes left. Let me see
No,
where you're at. I'm sorry, Wes. What'd you say?
No, I'm just saying if you guys wanted to come, that would be amazing. I'd love that.
Yeah, I really want to come.
I do want to get up there.
I emailed Andy gave me the guy's email address. I emailed him a couple weeks ago, and I know the show just happened, so I'm hoping to hear back soon.
Yeah, just disregard everything I just said and come on up.
Oh yeah, I mean we want to go, but you know it's mainly to see Montreal and hang with you guys and see the comic scene up there.
Yeah, exactly. The scene itself is super cool, and the city itself is awesome, and the convention. Yeah, it's like, I mean, that's also same type of thing for. I've gone to a few conventions like that where it's just like you just want to see a new city. So if you can get the invite, then
Totally
go and check it out. Like, why wouldn't you? You know?
Yeah. All right. So are you done, Wes?
Yeah, I just got to black in this.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
And Jim, how are you? Are you about done?
Yeah, I mean, this is
that came out awesome.
That's a full fight scene.
Oh, that's so good. That is
so good, man.
Crazy.
Oh, that's so cool.
I haven't looked at any of these. I just been drawing the whole time. So
this is a Jack Kirby gun. I used Kirby reference for that gun.
Nice.
Love it.
That's awesome, bro.
So
I got the values for the painting.
that looks
laid
awesome.
in
That looks
purples.
great.
That's so good, man.
Man, so cool. I didn't see that the whole time. I saw a little bit of Jim's on my phone, but I didn't see any of yours the whole time. Yeah, so cool. Love
Super tight, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah, sure.
Lots of fun.
How you
Kicking
have
butt.
Yeah. I can't do that, man. It's been a long time since I painted. I gotta try to get back into that.
That's been a really nice creative outlet for me over the past few years.
Yeah, so soothing, I find, just being able to put some colors down on the board.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Between that and tattooing and working in black and white comics, I've got enough keeping my creative mind busy.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm sure. Yeah.
Wes, there was a question of what pen you were using. I'm not sure which one they're talking about, but
The main one I use is it's Pigma. It's Pigma Graphic number 3.
This is the pen that Mateo was asking us about earlier, Jim, where when that gets dried out a bit, Mateo prefers it.
Yeah.
okay.
It's like a click, and it's got a chiseled edge. And
Yeah, those are nice.
just deadline wise, like I'll put this piece of paper here. One of the reasons I like it is like you go on the fine line and you can get like a really thin line like that, and then you can get like that.
Yes.
Which you can do with a brush, of course, but I find that the brush pens they break apart really easily. They're not good hair, or whatever it is, the synthetic, whatever they make the brushes with.
Right.
Which is, again, good for effects, but if you're looking for a nice, beautiful line, it's like you can use it for a little while and then it gets destroyed. And I work on vellum paper, so that just destroys them that much faster, I think.
Got it.
Yeah, I work on vellum too, man, and
Me
you have
too,
to,
me too.
that the toothiness of the paper isn't conducive to super smooth, clean.
You pay the
cleanliness.
You pay the price for those nice gradations that you can get on the vellum,
Yeah,
totally.
Like, tools get destroyed way faster over the course of a lifetime. I imagine I'd go through way more tools than like somebody that likes smooth paper, but I hate smooth paper though, so it is what it is.
Yeah, I ink too quickly for smooth because I would always be smearing.
Yeah, smearing.
Because I like to hit different areas as I'm working, and the vellum and the Rapidograph ink I use in the Pilot Parallel pen seems to dry pretty quickly when I put it down.
Yeah.
So I don't really ever have that many smearing issues with that.
Yeah, I don't have too much either. I'm wondering, I still use like Strathmore 300, which it's like I'm on this little chat with the rest of the Felix comic art people, and they're like that stuff is garbage, and now
I'm with them.
I guess I can change it up.
I still use the 300 too. I still use it, man, and I get it to work for me. I don't know.
I'm sure it works fine for you guys. Yeah, it's just we're just being snotty. we're being the guys Wes was complaining about earlier in the show, the pretentious, snotty art supply guys.
Strathmore 300.
But for what I do, it can't give me what I need. It falls apart too fast.
Yeah, no, I'm sure. Yeah. You need something that's a bit thicker, for sure.
Someone's thanking you in the chat, Wes, for a fan art gallery on Kaya.
For a fan art gallery on Kaya. Okay.
Do you print fan art? Do you publish fan?
Yeah. Like every sorry, I was confused there for a second. Yeah, like there's the story arcs, and then there's in between story arcs, I do one issue in between. That's like kind of a standalone story. I'll do 15 pages that I write and draw. It's also to help me keep up with deadlines. So I do a 15-page story up front, and then I do a 5-page story from, I pick whoever wants to work with me, but I ask a bunch of my favorite artists, and usually they say yes to a 5-page story. It's not.
Oh, is that what Huddleston did?
No, that's something different. That's to be revealed very soon. But
okay.
Dude, you should see what he did though. Have you seen any?
I'm sure.
Oh,
yes.
He showed Jim and I some stuff that was just mind blowing.
I didn't want to spoil the surprise, but
Yeah, there's
I
not.
didn't know what it was. I assumed it was Kaya. I didn't know what it was.
It is. It's something coming in the near future. I just haven't mentioned
Oh.
anybody yet, but every other artist that is involved in it saw his stuff and they were like one of them was like, "Can I quit now? Like, do I have to still do this?" You know, like,
Oh, right.
oh, good, man. Everybody else was like intimidated. I mean, everybody I got to do this thing are all killers, but his stuff was pretty wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the story that I do backup 5-page stories. I've gotten like Jesse Lonigan and Riley Rossimo is doing an upcoming one, and a bunch of different artists. And then I do in the back of those issues, I fill them with as much stuff as I can. So I do fan letters and fan art. So at the back, I put professional, whether it be professional, super amazing stuff, or it's done by a little kid or whatever. I put all that stuff in the back. So that's
awesome.
yeah,
That's cool, man. That's
old
great.
comics a little bit, how they would have some cool stuff in the back of the old comics from the 80s and early 90s, I guess.
That's great.
I love
all right. Wes, anything before we go you want to shout out, your socials, anything to look out for in the next few weeks?
Yeah,
I know you said the 5th trade is coming out soonish.
Yeah, Thunderhead is the main thing right now, just because it's currently going on
right.
So that'll be another, I think, I'm not sure, 2.5 weeks going, and there's still we haven't actually reached our funding goal, but last time I checked, we're so close to it. It's like annoying to me that we're just got to cross the finish line on that one, and then whatever happens after that.
Nice.
Yeah, Kaya, the next issue is coming out very soon. The book number 5 is coming out in like 2 months. And I'm just going to keep on rolling on that. That's an important one, too. If you want to go to your comic shop and get Kaya on your pull list, I'd appreciate it.
Do it, people. It's a fantastic book. It's awesome. I've got the individual issues here. I've got like,
nice.
Awesome.
Love it.
How much is a mint copy of the first issue worth, Wes? If you sign it for me, how much is this?
Is it slab, Jim? What grade did you get?
I'm gonna get a 9.8 on this and have Wes do a remark on the cover.
It's $3.99, and the CGC version will be at least $4.25. So
yeah, all right.
All
right. Well, thanks everyone for hanging with us tonight. That was a really fun show. Thank you, Wes, for coming on. I mean, sincerely, that was one of the more fun shows we've had in a while. There was a lot of good talk going on, and other pieces. You guys crushed it.
Love talking to you guys, and I didn't go to San Diego, and then this is the first year in a long time I don't think I'll be doing New York this year, so I got in my conversation while I could, so that's good.
Oh, I was just about to ask if we're going to see you in New York and get dinner. I guess we'll have to wait for Montreal.
Yeah, gotta come to Montreal, and if not that, I'll be at the next one, the next New York one for sure.
Come back anytime, dude, and hang out with us.
Yeah, anytime, Wes.
I'd love to. Yeah, good talking to you guys.
Awesome.
You too, bro.
Stay there, man, and we're gonna say
stay there. Yeah.
Goodbye to everybody. Jazzy Jamie Wood, thank you, brother man.
Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thanks, chat. We will see you guys.
See you guys in a few weeks.
Then later.
Yeah, we got a fun one coming up at the end of August. Or soon. Yeah. Okay.
Good night.